feel like a senior class as here goes Mara Johnson on vault. Not a bad start, I'm assuming, Katie?
Yes, that's a great start for us, and we'll hope to build from there.
Good deal. So here on the uneven bars, we have Olivia Troutman from Oklahoma.
And I believe this is only her third meet back this season. She was hurt at the beginning of season, and I'm sure they're happy to have her back in the lineup.
No, definitely. And her starting off OU says a lot. You know, she's been out but barely competing, and they still have her starting off for her team. So Troutman is definitely someone to watch for this team.
With that finish right there, it looks like she's right back in mid-season form.
Alrighty. And looking over here on the floor at Centenary, we have our
Kendall,
first pass.
Kendall Huff.
Kind of ominous start to her routine. Second pass, give it a go. All right, not the greatest landing she would have wanted. And it looks like
Dami's up next on vault.
Yep, here goes Dami Benzani now. Two for two, you'd say?
Yeah, and she's been really solid on vault, so it's nice to see her hit once again.
Team congratulates her as they should.
Dami is one athlete for the Pioneers that I've really been liking watching this season.
She has been very consistent in her 3 events that she's competed all season.
Now Catherine
Hello.
Lavasser there on the bars for OU.
Alrighty. Check out her landing. Wow.
Back-to-back really good sticks for the Sooners.
2 great routines to start off the rotation.
Maddie Griffith will be third for the Pioneers on vault, and she gazes down the runway and prepared to do so. The scores are just now slowly trickling in. We'll see if we can get some of the personal scores. We haven't been actually seeing them pop up on the screens just yet.
Alrighty.
Do it for Centenary. Second, though, will be Jenny Jackson. As a fixing tape and things for her as Griffith. A little stumble there towards the end throughout.
Just a little short on her landing, but.
Alrighty, and after we have Maddie go, Steely King is up next. No, it looks like Gosset is getting ready to go up next in the lineup instead. Alrighty, well, as we look to floor, about to start our second routine.
Yep, with Jenny Jackson. Meanwhile, on the bars is Jordan Draper. And you have a little story on Draper?
Yeah, Draper actually is pretty familiar with the area, out of Bedford, Texas, but her older brother, DJ, he, former guard for the University of North Texas here in Denton, graduated just last year. Really awesome athlete, clearly a family of athletes. One thing interesting about DJ is he walked on the team here. So Jordan, quite the athlete here at OU playing gymnastics, but quite the
small
family.
World, yeah.
And OU has quite a few girls, you know, from the area. We were just talking about that before. It looks like Audrey Davis, freshman from Frisco, Jordan Draper from Bedford, Erin Hutchinson from Allen, and Emma LaPinta from Frisco. So, all pretty nearby.
Gousset just finished here on the vault. It looks pretty good. There's the floor routine.
One thing that I found interesting is Centenary didn't change from their warm-up Leos into new Leos. Is that a common theme, Katie, or?
I believe they had, it's the same leotard. They just had a short sleeve on before, and now it's a long sleeve on.
Okay.
Because OU, they completely changed. Centenary and OU look the exact same walking in.
Correct.
Up on the uneven bars now is Anastasia Webb.
A really strong gymnast for the Sooners. Wow. Now, kind of tell us about this routine, Katie. I know that you're really familiar with the bars. That was your main event.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, that was a very solid routine. She has a lot of difficulty, including her dismount that she stuck. So that was a very nice finish to her routine as well.
Daisy Woodring now for the Pioneers.
Super good
Solid.
vault on that.
Fantastic landing right there. You can see the excitement. for
That
the
should be a
Pioneers.
solid score for us.
What a good round for the Pioneers on the vault. If you look to the rest of the floor.
They still have Jackson's numbers still processing as we're looking ready for Lauren Stiff to make her way. Woodring's best on vault is actually a 9.9, and that was February 13th when Iowa State, OU, and Centenary played each other at OU. So having kind of the similar teams and how she landed on the vault, seems like she's right back in that same mentality. A 9.9 there. We'll see what she gets.
Got a 9.8.
Oh,
And it
it
looks
has
like
a
she got a
9.8
9.8 today. So, and same with Maddie Goussier on vault as well.
Nice.
Looking over at the uneven bars, we have Reagan Smith. She's from the area as well, Louisville, very, very close by. She just had a fall from the bars, had to get back up midway. See how she finishes for OU. Good stick of the landing. See what we're waiting on the floor over here.
OU with a solid performance on bars. TW with a solid start with vault. It's going to be another tight meet.
If you look up at the scoreboard, it looks like TWU is sitting at 48.625 for the vault. Good start.
As far as national rankings and what's Oklahoma trying to up themselves back in rankings, as they were 5 and 1 at a time, and then they went to 5, and now they're back at 2. They are just barely in second place, just ahead of LSU, who sits comfortably in third. However, only 0.02 of they're about 0.2 behind Florida, so definitely in need of a big score if they want to take that #1 spot again. But definitely doing very good things here, especially starting off on the bar from what we saw so far. Looks like they'll have Carrie Thomas next, second to last in this rotation.
Alrighty, and we'll see how Carrie does today. This is really important for OU. You know, they just had that fall on the last one, Reagan Smith. So it's important to see how Thomas does on this.
Got a little bound into that high beam.
Good catch. And here she goes on this dismount. Really great landing.
Very good
right
stuff.
there.
In this rotation, as here she goes. Cincinnati Sierra Ponder just finished on vault as Steely King in the midst of her routine.
Good catch for Steely.
That was a good handstand.
Gets ready for
Looking
her
for the stick.
dismount.
Yep.
Looking for a stick.
Nice.
Nice. That's
Great
a good
landing.
start for them.
And now right down below us, starting for OU, is going to be Jenna Dunn. Just mounted onto the beam. So Jenna, or sorry, not Jenna, but Katie, you mentioned beforehand with OU and and mentioning with mounts and the uniqueness of mounts. They tend to be the more of the unique, with the capital U, if you will, getting up onto that beam in different styles that we've seen with other teams.
Yeah, they do have some really unique mounts that are really fun to watch.
As we look over to vault, Pioneers are getting ready for their second run, and it is
Centenary's. Yep, it's going to be Jerica Harris.
No,
it's going to be Plaza. Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
Isabel Plaza.
See. Bobble a little bit on that landing for her. She had a low.
Jenna Dunn just finished here on the beam.
She had a stuck landing and finished a nice routine.
Yeah, you could hear those OU athletes excited for her.
As Mara Johnson from Hickory, North Carolina is set to take place on the bar.
Mara's another strong athlete for the Pioneers, someone who has been, consistent throughout this season in lineup.
Nice catch.
Great catch right there for Johnson. You can hear the Pioneers cheering her on.
Oh, could not get over it.
Alrighty, and Johnson will have to get back up there. Finish her routine.
So Plaza here for Centenary got a 9.475 on the vault.
Dunn got a 9.800 on beam.
Nice.
For OU. Good start.
Lauren Stiff now on vault.
Centenary's doing all right, on vault. A little bit of a, they're low on the vault itself.
Evie Scheffner now onto the beam.
Evie has been someone to watch this season for OU. In multiple events, she holds national rankings on vault. She is number 3 actually. So, multiple event athlete. Ooh, big bobble.
Off of the beam there though.
Not what you want.
On the beam, Evie's best is a 9.9.
Very good. Won't be getting that today. Now, Katie, how do you keep your spirits up when you have that big of a fall right in the middle of your routine? How do you stay after it? Because the mental toughness of these athletes, these gymnasts, is crazy that they can keep after it.
You just have to regroup and continue to move forward. Once you're off the beam, just regroup your thoughts and continue on with the next skill.
She really stuck that landing, so that's really good. She's getting some words of encouragement from her coach right now as we...
A 9.75 was getting up to Lauren Stiff on vault as Leilani Johnson just went. And we're preparing for the third member of this second rotation with Dami Benzani back up on the bars.
Now, Dami is someone who's fun to watch on the floor, specifically. I like to watch her. Her attitude is crazy. And she's going to lead off for the Pioneers on the floor. We'll see how she does right now on the uneven bars.
And she has really pretty lines on bars to watch. Her toe point is very nice.
Good time.
Looking to finish strong.
Just the dismount. Looking for a stick.
Just a little bit of a step.
Down here going third, as Scheffner actually is going to get a 9.3 on that bar. On the beam, thanks to
that fall she had.
the fall. So leading up down for Oklahoma is going to be Carly Woodard.
And she's actually a beam specialist. I believe she just competes beam.
Expecting a pretty good routine here then.
Especially important after that 9.3.
And there's the unique mount.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she is a specialist. Started off with a lot of really cool techniques.
Oh, it looks like she has competed floor as well, but majority of the time.
So basically the presentation
Yes,
rotations, that's
even.
it.
Yeah.
Loves the attention.
She's got nice hands. She had a little bit of a
Wobble.
yeah.
And it looks like
Maddie Griffith will be due up
going
on
up
bars.
on bars, yes.
Centenary's Kendall Sanders.
Had a low front tuck off the
Just finished.
table.
There goes
Oh.
Griffith. Griffith falls on the bars as we head back here to beam.
Not a great start for Griffith.
Woodard looking to finish strong here.
Looks like she's
Now that looked very hard, what she just did. Interesting landing right there.
yeah, good routine besides her one little wobble she had.
As we go back to Maddie Griffith there on bars after the early fall.
Hopefully she can stick this landing. Has a lot of power behind her. Little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, so they'll look to have some strong routines for the last two.
Sanders.
Because they will have to count a fall with those two routines, or the two falls that they did have.
Sanders for Centenary was the final leg for Centenary on vault. Now we're going to see Kendall Huff just for an exhibition, but Sanders, she got a 9.5, and that's how Cincinnati will end on vault.
So, Katie, we just saw Huff take off down the runway and stop herself. Did she count her steps off, and they can go back and start over? She's not going to get a deduction for that?
Yeah, so her steps must have been off. She can go again since she didn't touch any of the mats. If she would have touched the springboard or any of the mats prior, she wouldn't have been able to go again.
And here she goes again. Oh, want to make sure to avoid the confusion.
OU's getting ready over here on beam. For someone that I've been really excited to see compete, Audrey Davis.
Yeah, she's been a solid freshman for them all year on vault, beam, and bars.
You know, a lot of admiration for her as a freshman and competing here at OU. She's a really strong athlete.
Sitting at 5'1", the freshman.
And it looks like Isabel's going up on bars, too.
Yep. Isabel Goyko up on the high
Isabel's
bar.
another, big leader for the Pioneers. Good catch.
Good handstand. She'll look to stick this as well. Oh,
such a good routine.
Tough fall right there for Goyko. So we look back over here on beam at Audrey Davis.
As Huff just finished on the vault. Now we'll see Davis.
She was finally able to make that run.
Right, third time's a charm.
Davis.
Elegantly.
yeah, she's very light on her feet, and it just looks like it flows super well.
Yeah,
when she
you
does
can
beam.
definitely tell.
So are the judges ever watching just at the feet to see the wobble? I mean, or I'm sure you're looking at mostly just the performance side of things, but nice stick, by the way.
Great stick.
Like
right
you'll
there
see
for
when they
David.
spread out and try to hit that beam again. And sometimes it can be pretty hard, which would make you wobble. So like, are they ever kind of just looking at the legs or like the feet in that regard?
As the judges?
As the judge.
You know, I've never really asked a judge that. I do think they're looking at the feet, but they do look at the whole beam as well.
And it looks like Huck for Centenary received a 9.7.
Alex Pierce up now for the TWU.
And I believe this is her second time competing bars this season.
Yes, Pierce isn't someone who I have seen, firsthand compete bars. She's normally a beam girl.
And nice.
Now, what kind of dismount was that, Katie?
Like front.
And so that's called a toe on front half, and that's not usually a dismount that you see in college, but it's a unique one.
Okay. And so if you don't usually see it in college, where do you see it?
Sometimes in the club level you see it. I don't believe you get as much bonus for that one, and so usually people do either a double layout or another dismount that they get more bonus for.
A 9.85 was given to Davis here on the beam for OU.
Sweet away. Now Thomas on the beam.
As scores are updating, but Centennial right now has the slight edge over TWU and then Oklahoma in third, but that's obviously should be changing here soon as scores roll in.
Yeah, and Carrie Thomas right here on the beam for the Sooners is actually nationally ranked number 11, tied at number 11. And, with a high score of a 9.919. So she is right, going right here before Webb. A little bit of a bobble there, not what you want, but going right now before Webb. So she's you can tell, a strong athlete for the Sooners. They rely on her.
That was a very unique full turn. Usually we start forward and finish forward, and she actually started sideways and finished sideways, so very unique.
And there's the finish. Pretty good stick.
Solid routine besides that little wobble as well.
A lot of really well stuck landings off the beam for the Sooners here.
Anastasia Webb will be the last to go for the Sooners as vault is now vacant as Centenary has just finished on that side, and Alex Pierce was the final leg for the Pioneers as score just rolled in. A 9.475 was given to Alex.
Now, down here on the floor, Webb gets ready. She had that perfect 10 just 2 nights ago. I don't know how you keep calm after knowing you just did that. The pressure is on here to me. Now, Katie, I saw that she marked certain spots of the beam. What exactly does that help with in your routine when you...
That's probably a spot either for distance for her dismount or for where she mounts, either one, depending on what she needs it for.
A 9.875 given to Thomas.
Really strong routine for Thomas, but besides that one bobble, but shouldn't have too much deducted.
That's probably the only deduction.
We have.
Now Webb just about ready as TWU and Centenary, all they can do is watch.
Mount. We've seen a couple of their athletes when they mount do that backwards roll.
She's super fun to watch on floor or on beam. It looks almost as if she's just walking on a floor and not on a balance beam.
For as thin as it is.
Her pace is very quick as well. That goes to show just how skilled she is that she's able to move that quickly.
Yes, it's a very good pace, which is really important on balance beam because you don't want to be pausing as much. You want it to flow.
Really great landing so far. And we can see why she got a perfect 10 just the other night. Gets ready for that dismount.
Very nice.
She has a lot of movement up top.
She does, yes.
Which is something I feel you don't see as often.
Wow.
Perfect routine.
Would you
Perfect
think
routine.
worthy of maybe another 10?
It could be, it just depends on those judges, but
She's just
there was
in
no
a
visible errors, so
in a zone past few nights. Wow.
Well,
we will have to see.
and for the Sooners, that's all you can ask for from your anchor. And
Starting off on OU's floor routine is going to be Jordan Draper. As we mentioned earlier, has some hometown family in the UNT area as well. And starting off for Centenary in the bar is going to be Jenny Jackson.
see.
As
Look back over here on beam.
Yep, Woodring just mounts. Ooh.
Little bit of a bobble. Saved herself, though. Looking over here on floor now, Draper's just starting her routine.
Something about Centenary, they ended off with the energy. Well, just by the way Draper just began, seems like they're going to be starting with energy. Woodring making it her own.
Looks like she's about to get ready for that dismount.
Right?
Great landing.
Pretty solid start. Just a little wobble, but the rest of the routine was really nice.
Jenny Jackson prepared to start on the high beam.
Very fun to watch Draper over here on the floor. She moves just so fluidly, you can tell.
Jackson midway through on the beams now for Centenary.
Now she hit the floor with her feet over there on the beams when she switched bars. Is that a deduction as well, Katie?
I missed it, but it depends on did she hit him on the floor?
On the lower beam when she was switching between.
Start off on the high beams, transition to the little beam.
On the bars, so when she went from the high bar to the low bar, if she did hit her feet, it could be a deduction. I missed it, so I'm not quite sure.
We do have next for TWU, it'll be Mackenzie Valderas as Woodring with a 9.65.
Mackenzie Balderas is another really strong beam computer for the Pioneers, someone we've watched pretty consistently throughout this season. She has Now, what kind of move is that she just did, that jump right there?
That's called a sheep jump.
Looks very difficult.
It is because your eyes actually move. Your eyes actually go off the beam, so it's kind of a blind landing.
Draper with a 9.875 to start off for OU and the floor routine as Valderas comes off of the beam.
Stay focused and get back at it.
Evie Schaefer now due up seconds for the Sooners.
Now, crazy pass that she just did. Quite the height. She has a lot of power in her legs. Schaefer actually led OU with Johnson on two days ago against BYU for the floor. She had a 9.925, so very strong computer for the team. Mackenzie Valderas gets ready for her dismount. A little bit of a bobble. Not a great rotation right there for Valderas. It's okay.
Yeah, 9.9 is Schaefer's best throughout the 2021 season. And a 9.95 is a career high.
She gets ready for that pass.
Nice.
Nice finish.
Alrighty, and really good start for OU on the floor. So we look over to the uneven bars.
Yeah, Plaza just went, I believe.
Waiting for some scores to come in over there.
Dommy's up next on beam, looking to mount soon.
Like I said, I mean, I love watching all our Pioneers, but Dami is another one of those girls who, you know, she has a lot of attitude in her face, and she's really strong on the beam. So, someone I'm excited to watch her routine, see how she's progressed throughout the season.
Gets the green flag and ready to mount. Caldera is with a 9.1 on the beam.
Saved herself there.
Nice series.
Good land for Dami. Over on the floor we have Belle Johnson. Now, I always find it really interesting when gymnasts have ponytails instead of buns. That's just a choice that they make, obviously, but why is that, Katie? Does it seem weird to you when another gymnast wears her hair up in a ponytail rather than a bun?
You know, it's really personal preference. It is different, and most people wear it in a bun just so that the hair's out of the way.
Right.
But it looks like she has short hair, so...
Yeah. Give her a little bit more attitude on her floor routine. Looks like Dami had a bit of a fall off the beam. She'll get ready for that dismount.
Now in bars, we have Lauren Stiff
Stuck her dismount.
for Centenary.
She got that good switch. Lauren Stiff.
Looks like Belle on floor. She just had a solid routine.
And Stiff with a decent landing.
Just a little bit of bobble there at the end.
As now, looks like we will wait.
Some scores.
Yeah, what are the scores here?
You know, the Pioneers have had a bit of a tougher day. We wanted, you know, these next two rotations that they are in, they're going to finish, they need to finish very strong here, and floor is extremely important now.
Oklahoma, as the score stands at the moment, leads the pack at 118.575. TWU in second with a 114.200. And Centenary in third with a 113.275.
Isabel Goico gets ready to mount on the beam.
Yep, there she goes.
She had a very interesting mount.
Emma LaPinta will be next for the Sooners on the floor. A 9.425 was given to Lauren Stiff for Centenary on bars. As Goico continues on the beam down below. Saves herself there.
Good save right there for Goico. Do not want another fall for the Pioneers. LaPinta's getting ready to start her floor routine. Some fun music choice.
A decent landing there for Isabel. As LaPinta goes on the floor.
Good first pass right there for LaPinta.
Sanders takes the high bar. for Cincinnati.
And
with a fall.
Yeah, a fall. And she was going back and forth between bars, I imagine. It's very hard to stay controlled with them.
Alex Pierce in the last second pep talk with head coach Lisa Bowerman. Pierce second to last leg with Madeline Gousset ending it.
Now, Pierce is a very strong competitor, and you know, hopefully she can come out here right now after all of these deductions that the team has gotten so far and perform really strong for the team.
That was a solid landing on her last pass for Emma, too, on floor.
Sanders just finished on the bars for Centenary. As the floor, as you just mentioned, Katie, has just finished with La Pinta. As Alex Pierce sets him out on the beam.
Now, Alex has a really interesting, really interesting mount. Love to watch. Something interesting about Pierce is she didn't get here until the very beginning of January. She's been training on her own in Canada. So, just says a lot for the kind of gymnast she is, that she's in this many lineups and such a strong competitor for the Pioneers.
Looks like a 9.925 on floor.
Wow. About as good as it gets.
Good routine so far for Pierce on the beam.
Yeah, Alex mentioned that she was at home in her basement, actually, because due to the COVID side of things at South Pacific University there in Canada. And yeah, got the call from head coach for gymnastics saying that it was done, and then had to move plans and got in contact with head coach Lisa Bowerman, and now here she is, and just months later now competing against OU here in one of the biggest meets.
Says a lot about the kind of athlete she is. She definitely works hard.
Good routine.
Great routine as Pierce finishes there. As we now await Gousset to finish as now the floor exercise begins for Thomas.
Oh. Tough landing right there for Thomas. She landed outside the floor line, so it's going to be a deduction there.
As they prepare for Zion Bumgardner for Centenary on the bars.
Now, Thomas is on the floor right now, but she is someone who's really strong on the bars as well for the Sooners. Something that they've already done tonight.
Little stumble there. Overall, nicely done.
Looks like Centenary is
9.725 was just given Alex Pierce on the beam. As Gousset mounts.
We can expect a good, strong performance right here by Gousset. It's really needed here at this point. We need to be able to drop one of those falls.
Nice start there.
Gousset is a good leader for this team as well.
Yeah, she's a strong freshman. She's received the Midwest Newcomer of the Year multiple times this season already, so she has been a solid contributor.
Yeah, and it's fun because she is a freshman, and to be able, we're going to see her just continue to grow as an athlete in these next couple of years under the Pioneers. So.
Very solid routine so far.
Looking for a good finish. And Gousset.
Very nice routine.
Beautiful. An anchor that the Pioneers definitely needed just now. Definitely.
Meanwhile, Anastasia Webb, who we long awaited to see on the beam, now competes on the floor.
And on the beam, we were talking about how quick her movements are, and they are just as quick over here on the floor. She's got great fluidity. You can tell her teammates are really into her routine. Second pass. She has got some very strong legs. You can really tell on that definition. It's probably all that beam. Very cool move on the floor. She gets ready for...
Very bountiful throughout the entire routine.
This is her last pass.
Nice. Good finish.
Great finish right there. Super strong floor rotation for the Sooners.
So without that final score line, Oklahoma, right at the moment, at a 146.125. That's the lead. TWU with a 143.35. And Centenary not too far behind, a 142.325. And it looks like Centenary has an exhibition with Courtney Tripp on the bars. And there she is.
Looks like she's having a strong routine.
But that's all that exhibition's for. You got to get out there, you got to try it, you got to get the blood flowing, and
that experience.
Yep.
Besides that landing, it was a good routine right there for Tripp. She had some good switches between the bars, and it looks like Oklahoma's getting ready for an exhibition round as well. And we don't have this athlete's name, unfortunately. So.
Now awaiting her performance. And here we go.
Different music choice.
It is. Yeah, I noticed that from the beginning. It's not energetic like from what we saw from all the other Sooners throughout their routine.
She definitely moves very well with it.
Nice.
I believe this is Vanessa Denise. She's a sophomore out of New Jersey for the Sooners.
Oklahoma score just updated. It's a 147.325 before heading into their final rotation.
Denise takes off on this pass. She's super light on her feet, you can really tell.
Yeah, nice finish, especially for someone who's just doing it for exhibition. Definitely looking to get into that starting six.
Very, very pretty routine right there, I will say. Very pretty.
Alrighty, well now all three will head into their
Donnie's routine starts right here on the floor.
And now Allie's vault is about to be underway.
Stop on the first pass.
Nice first pass for Donnie.
Great land.
Stern.
And a very nice landing. Not quite a stick, but still solid.
She's showing good technique right now on the floor. Great height.
You know, I kind of noticed with Dami, not only on the beam, but also here on the floor, she's a little slower with her movements. And make sure that they're meticulous, make sure that they're neat, and make sure that she punches those notes. As we saw with Oklahoma, they're very quick. They want to get it done, you know, do several things. But Dami, well, she really slows down her art and make sure that she hits every key moment.
You know, and like I said, she is really good at making those connections with the judges, making that eye contact and making them feel her personality.
Catherine Lavasser just went on vault.
A little bit of a bounce right there at the end, but great power.
Solid
Anastasia.
routine for Dami, too.
Good start.
Yeah.
Just what the Pioneers needed.
Great.
Anastasia Webb will be third for OU, as now is getting started on the beam is Sierra Ponder for Centenary.
Good spin for Ponder. And it looks like Lavasser just got a 9.9. Very good score
Wow.
right there.
Very nice. A 9.75 giving to Dami.
And here goes Webb on the vault.
Beautiful vault. Nice duck landing.
Yes, what a beautiful landing right there. Obviously a super strong competitor for the Sooners. We've seen that all night.
Looks like a 10. Yep.
Is it really?
Looks
Wow.
like a 10.
A perfect 10. Given to Anastasia Webb.
And the judges needed no time at all to consult
They had that
on
card ready.
Wow. Wow. Very interesting dismount down here on the beam that we just saw as well from Centenary. Ponder, Sierra Ponder.
Alex is up on floor.
Yep, there she goes.
Alex has a very interesting music, yes, to go with her floor routine.
Wow.
Another great landing.
Another beautiful vault from
Chauffeur.
Evie Schaefer.
And it looks like they might go 10 again. Looks like a back-to-back
Another
10,
Wow.
Back-to-back perfect 10.
which I believe is a career high for her.
Pierce had a bit of a fall just now in that last pass she did. She can come back from it. Can't imagine how she's keeping her focus with all that
I know.
excitement over for the Sooners.
Olivia Troutman will be next, and boy, what are the odds to at least get one? Now you got two back-to-back. Now you have Troutman up next, maybe for a perfect 3 as Pierce continues in her floor routine.
A good pass for Pierce, good landing.
There goes Troutman on vault.
And Troutman stuck to landing.
She had a little bit of a hop, so I don't think it will quite be a 10, but
There'll be another great
it'll be
one.
close, yeah.
Pierce just finishing there on the floor. Great routine throughout, once again.
You know, that one fall Pierce had in that pass that she did right at the beginning. Tough, but hopefully the Pioneers can come back from that. Looks like next up we have Mara Johnson.
A 9.925 given to Troutman for OU, as now Audrey Davis will be the last leg for the seniors.
Audrey Davis is someone to watch. We were talking earlier how light you can tell she is on her feet, so it'll be interesting to see the height she gets off the board right here.
And Davis on the vault.
Little bit of a step for Audrey, but still a solid vault.
That'll most likely push them over the 198 hurdle. As before that, they stood at 197.950.
And as we look down here on beam,
Yep, Dessler.
really great technique by Dessler. You can hear Centenary cheering her on. Really good move. Mara Johnson kicks off her routine. A little bit of a bounce in that first pass for Johnson.
An 8.725 was given to Alex Pierce. A little lower than we thought.
Not a score you want, but a lot of excitement in here right now as the Sooners just finished their last rotation. Johnson's routine's going well so far.
Sure is. TWU cheering her on.
Gets ready for that pass. And a routine we've seen quite a lot. I think I know the dance moves now to this one. We've watched the team so many times. Good performance right there. Good round for Mara Johnson.
Dessler with a 9.675 for Centenary on the bar. Sorry, on the beams. And so due up next. Looks like it's going to be Kennedy Stevens.
Mount. It's like a
good balance.
just a small bobble right there.
Mara Johnson gets a 9.625 on the floor as Daisy Woodring is next to go. Kennedy Stevens, midst of her beam routine. And does end up falling off.
Tough for Stevens, but
Great routine throughout, though, so it's tough to see that fall. And she hops right back up on there.
Daisy will be up next on floor.
she just got those last few words from Coach Kristen. A strong competitor for the team, a good leader for the girls, Daisy is. So.
Woodring, a sophomore out of Bixby, Oklahoma.
A tough landing for Stevens on the beam for Centenary. She had a bit of a bobble as well there.
Nice landing for Daisy.
Very nice.
Great first pass. Hear the team getting into it a little.
Yeah, they're copying same hand movements. They know the routine mighty well by now.
You can definitely see that some things have been added since we first saw them compete at the beginning of this season. So very fun.
Nice.
Great second pass right there. Great landing. Yeah. Ready for that third and final pass. Hopefully we can get a good finish right here from Daisy. That's what the Pioneers need.
Strong last pass. The This should be a good score for TWU.
Woodring, the sophomore, putting the team on her back with that routine. Very nicely done.
Really great routine right there.
Jerica Harris due up now for Centenary here on the beam.
You know, Jerica's been a strong competitor for Centenary tonight. Competing in...
3 different roles now.
Yes. A little bit of attitude. Small bobble there.
Yeah, Jericho did not compete in bars, but in all 3 other events, she's done very well.
Nine 8.25 for Daisy.
Very
solid
nice.
score.
Very solid.
Good score for Daisy. Up next we have Madeline Gusset. Another fun routine to watch.
Perfectly timed.
Beautiful.
As we were kind of talking earlier, like, oh, Alex and, Dami, they kind of took things slow, and then you see performances like Gusset, and yeah, it completely turns the notch.
She gets ready for the second pass here.
Nice second pass.
Gusset is looking really good so far on the floor.
Get up so high.
Here goes that third and final pass for Gusset.
Oklahoma now cheering on Gusset.
And it looks like for Centenary, Harris on the beam was awarded a 9.6.
Nicely done. As Zion Bumgarner will be due up next. So great performance for Gusset. Isabel Goyko will be next. She'll be the last leg, actually. That'll be the 6th leg for TWU.
Tough fall down here on the beam for Bumgarner.
Oh, careful.
Tough fall. She's going to get right back up there, though. It's her team.
And a solid 9.8 for Maddie on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, Gusset.
Nice.
Isabel Goyko
Well
gets ready for her routine. First pass. Great first pass right there for Goyko.
Love to see the sportsmanship from OU. They'll be in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You can't see them, but they are definitely all up and ready to cheer on TWU. And this routine by Goyko.
Another routine that we've seen, all season, and the team definitely knows it, all of them too.
She's a solid competitor on floor for us, too.
Yeah, good second pass right there. You can hear the team getting into it now. She gets ready for that third and final pass.
Nice.
landing.
Super landing right there for Goyko. This score is going to be big for the team, especially with that score that Alex Pierce got.
Superb. Great job by Goyko. Using the sixth leg to her advantage.
Alrighty, and now it is time for the Pioneers to honor their senior. Bridget Peterson is getting ready to do an exhibition routine. Coming off, an injury this season. Going to take it easy. Hopefully she can compete in the next couple meets that the team has left. Wait for the judges to tally up Isabel's score.
Yep, Kendall Sanders should be due up next on the beam as Bumgarner gets an 8.1.
Tough score for Centenary. Bumgarner had, those two falls.
Those two falls, right.
It's tough.
Well, here goes Bridget Peterson. Long awaited to see this.
A routine that I'm not familiar with.
Nice.
Great pass. Good landing.
The second pass here.
See how she does in this one.
Little bobble, but all together very nicely.
Sweet. Song she has is a lot more suspenseful than some of the others. Fun routine to watch.
Yeah, lots of little elements
Yes.
as well that she puts into it. It really creates a great ensemble of a piece.
She uses her hands a lot, very beautifully.
And Sanders with a decent ending on the beam. That's Peterson. Nice.
Great and routine right there for Peterson. Very happy senior night for her.